Madame Bovary, Part 1, Chapter 1. We were in class when the headmaster came in to introduce the new student. The boy was nearly hiding behind the door. He was a country lad of about 15 with a square haircut. He looked uncomfortable. His school uniform fit poorly, and we could see he wore braces under the trousers. He had a hard time catching on to our habits. For example, he didn't notice where we put our hats when we entered and instead sat holding his cap on his knee. The teacher ordered him to stand up. As he stood, the cap fell to the ground. He bent to pick it up, only to have it knocked from his hand by a neighbor. "Stand up and tell us your name," ordered the teacher. The boy stammered something. "Louder," shouted the teacher over the giggling students. The boy opened his mouth and shouted at the top of his voice something that sounded like "Cher Bovary." The class erupted with laughter, and the boys began to chant, "Cher Bovary, Cher Bovary." Once the commotion died down, the master was able to establish that the boy's name was Charles Bovary, and allowed him to sit. He kept his head bent low over his desk for the rest of the day, ignoring the paper balls that were flung at his face from time to time. This was Charles Bovary's first time at school. His parents, for economic reasons, had kept him home and sent him to have lessons from the village priest. His father was a retired military doctor, who with his good looks and colorful clothes had charmed the daughter of a wealthy merchant. After they were married, he squandered much of the money on good food and theater. After a few years, he decided to try his luck on small country farm, but he knew nothing about farming, and at the age of 45 he gave up, retiring to a small estate where he sat and cursed his luck.